Hello and welcome to the first lecture of this section where we give you an overview of how can you use AI for personality development for a successful career as well as life. So in this section, we will give you an overview and we begin by looking at how to use AI for personality development for a successful career and life. And we will take a look at all the building blocks that we will elaborate as we go forward in this course. So, how do you think you can use AI for personality development for a success career in life? Any thoughts? You know, we have to treat this like a personal AI upgrade plan rather than vague use more AI advice. Let's take a look at specific things that you can apply daily starting immediately. So, first thing to do is to use AI as a self-awareness mirror. And there the goal is to understand your strengths, weaknesses, values, and patterns. Strengths and weaknesses are clear to everyone. We will elaborate this further. Values are what is important to you. And the patterns are like what are the typical traits or patterns of behavior that keep emerging. So let's take a look at each of this in a little more detail, how to use AI to extract these. So, for self and strength and weakness reflection, you have to give few prompts to AI, right? And these prompts could be things like, you could give a simple prompt like, here are 5 situations where I felt proud, confident, successful, and you describe them. And then you ask AI, what strengths do these reveal about you? Similarly, in situations of for discovering your weaknesses, you can say, here are 5 situations where I felt frustrated, insecure, angry, and describe them. And then ask what weaknesses or skill gaps might be visible. And then what you do with the answer that you get is what you do is you highlight the 3 strengths and write them on a note near your desk. And on the weaknesses side, you pick one weakness and make it a 30-day improvement project. So that's what the strength and weakness reflection that you can do for personality development. Second thing that you can do in self-awareness is this values and life priorities clarification. And for that, you ask 2 questions to AI. First, you ask AI to ask you 10 questions to clarify your top values in career and life, and then summarize your core values and possible conflicts between them. So that's the first thing that you do. Second thing, having done that, you ask AI to us by giving this prompt saying, given these values, what kind of career moves and lifestyle decisions fit best for you? And this keeps your growth, aligned with who you are, not just the trends that are happening around, right? Second thing that you can do to build your personality is to use AI to build key personality traits one by one. And that takes time, and you should be ready for that. So what you need to do is pick one trait every month so that you don't overwhelm yourself. And some of the very common traits that you could consider are confidence and self-belief, emotional control and maturity, and communication and presence. So let's take a look at how to, develop the confidence and self-belief in yourself using AI. So for that, you can use AI to reframe negative self-talk. And how can you do that? You give a prompt to AI saying, I think often I am not as smart as others. Help me reframe this thought into a healthier, realistic belief. Give me 5 alternative thoughts and daily affirmations. So that's the one way to do that. Second, you can do is to visualize success, and there you ask AI to help you write a detailed 2 paragraph visualization of yourself handling a high stake meeting confidently, and ask AI to include things like body language, inner thoughts, and action. So that's what can help you build to start confidence and self belief. The second most commonly, prevalent trait is emotional control and maturity, and that's extremely useful. So there, what you can do is to use AI to decode your triggers, right? Saying that I get very angry and hurt when something happens. Help me analyze what might be triggering me emotionally and a healthier response that he can practice. You can practice without getting angry. And you can pre-plan better responses by asking AI to act as an emotional coach, saying, I will give you a situation, you give me three possible reactions, impulsive, average, and emotionally mature, and then you describe the situation. So AI will come back to you and you can work with that. And we will take a look at what you can do with these responses as we go forward in this course. The third common trait that you need to work on is the communication and presence. And there you can use AI to practice difficult conversations, right? Uh, you know, by asking AI to role play as your manager, and you tell AI that I'm unhappy with your work, my workload, and ask AI to respond as a tough but fair manager and help you refine your words, tone, and arguments. So that's what you can do for practicing difficult conversations. Second thing, one of the common things that you need to do is to introduce yourself everywhere. That's the first question that normally happens in communication. So you can ask AI to help you draft three versions of 30-second self-introduction for a job interview, for a networking event, and for a conference panel. So that's a couple of things that you can do for communications and presence development. Then you can use AI for building career critical soft skills. You can use AI to build career critical soft skills like interview and networking skills, as well as decision making and judgment. Right. Then let's take a look at how can you develop interview and networking skills. Right. So then what you need to do is ask AI again because we want to use AI for developing your personality. So you go to AI and say, act as an interviewer for a role for a particular job title that you have. And then you ask AI to ask you 10 common and 5 difficult questions. And after each of your answers, ask AI to rate you on clarity, confidence, and impact and suggest improvements. So that's how what you start doing. And also then you ask AI to give you 10 conversation starters and follow-up questions that you can use in a network event in industry, particular industry. And you ask AI to keep them natural and non-clingy. The word is important, non-clingy. So that's how you can use AI to develop interview and networking skills to start. Then you can also use AI to develop your decision making and judgment. Use AI as a thinking partner and ask, I have to decide between option A and option B. Help me build a decision matrix with criteria, scores, pros and cons, risk, and long term impact. And also, you can ask to challenge your preferred options like a devil's advocate. What blinds, spots, risk, and overconfidence might you may be missing? And this can build a personality that is more rational, grounded, and strategic. So that's how you develop your decision making and judgment. You can use AI as a daily reflection and journaling coach. Give AI 10 to 15 minutes of your day. Uh, Write a prompt saying, I will describe my day in bullet points. Ask me 5 reflection questions to improve my self awareness, emotional control, and learning. And then summarize my day in terms of wins, lessons, and things to improve. Right. And some of the example of the structure that you can use daily are like, you can say, what did I do today? What drained my energy? What gave me energy? What am I proud of? The one thing that I regret or want to improve, and ask AI after that, based on this, what patterns do you see in my behavior and thinking? Suggest 2 small behavior changes for tomorrow. And over months, this can build a compounded personality growth. Right. Then you can use AI to practice social intelligence. There are 2 things you can do there. You can learn using AI to read people's minds and situation and polish your messages. Let's see how to do that. Now, reading people's mind and situation, right? What you need to give is a prompt again. Now, what prompt you can give? You can say, here is a workplace situation, and you describe the situation and say, help me understand what each person might be thinking or feeling, and what hidden agendas may exist, and what would be the smartest way to respond while preserving relationship. And for polishing your messages, you can say, before sending important messages on WhatsApp, uh, LinkedIn, Manager, etc., you say, here is the draft of my message, and you paste it. And then you say, improve it to sound confident, polite, and professional, but not robotic. Keep my tone and just upgrade the language. And you can see it slowly, iterated with the upgraded communication style. You will see your iterations improve with those communication styles. You can also use AI to design your personal brand. And for that, let's remember that how people remember you is your career and life, right? So you need to go and ask AI again to say, based on my strengths, interests, and career goals, help me define a personal brand in one sentence, three adjectives, and one long-term theme. Say, for example, problem solver for XYZ industry. And also ask AI to suggest ideas for your LinkedIn About section that reflect the personal brand. And then ask AI to create a content plan, then post ideas that show your personality and expertise in that particular domain. Over time, your personality becomes visible and consistent to the outside world. So let's also look at how not to use AI to make sure that you help a real personality. The AI helps you develop a real personality, not a fake one. You need to use these guardrails. First is to not let AI replace your thinking, right? So you need to keep asking, give me options, but I will choose, right? And also don't let AI make you sound fake or over polished. And so you need to tell that to keep it, whatever it suggests, to keep it simple and close to how an Indian working professional or a Egyptian or a French working professional you would naturally speak. So bring your personality that you need to build on. And don't use AI to escape discomfort. Use it to support you while you do hard things like yourself, like initiating a call, attending the meeting, and giving a presentation. So these are some of the guardrails on how not to use AI. Let's look at a simple weekly routine that you can even start now on a daily basis for 10 to 15 minutes. You get for 5 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, you can do reflection with AI. Here is how my day was spent. The next 5 to 10 minutes, you can talk about one focused area on either on communication practice, emotional reflection, or decision analysis. Then, on a weekly basis for 30 to 45 minutes, you can ask AI to summarize your progress this week based on the chats that you have posted and ask questions like what personality traits am I strengthening? What should be your one focus area for next week? And for a monthly basis for 60 minutes, what you can do is to ask AI to help you review the last month of your life and work, and ask, where have I improved, where am I stuck, and suggest a 30-day theme for 3 months. So that's the simple weekly routine, daily routine, or a monthly routine that you can even start now. So what do we do next? So we start looking at case studies of helping AI using AI to help in personality development for a even more successful career and life. So thank you so much for watching this first overview lecture in this course, AI for personality development for successful career and life. I hope you're beginning to learn new things, beginning to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.